Hi guys, welcome back to day 21 of the 50-day posting challenge. I am so excited that this is day 21. Like, this is just insane to me that we've made it this far. But we have a change of scenery, you guys. A change of scenery for once. Y'all haven't seen this side of our room. This side is lively with some color, a little bit, but not too much. But for today's video, I was just kind of thinking, like, what do I want to do? You know, I'm not feeling the greatest, but the challenge goes on. Like, we don't pause the challenge for anything. And so I was like, what is one thing that is just super personal to me that I wanted to share with you guys? And it came to mind that since I gave my life to the Lord, I kept a folder of every single little thing that I've ever done in my walk with Christ that I'm going to share with you guys. I thought this would be a fun little what's in my folder that I've had since I started my life with the Lord. So without further ado, let's get started. So my very first thing that I'm going to show you guys is my certificate of when I got baptized, which is insane. This was such a special day for me, and this was Sunday, April 16th of 2023. So I remember this day. It was so important to me, and all my family came to church and they watched me get baptized, and it was just amazing. I had been wanting to be baptized a long time before then. I told you guys I gave my life to the Lord in 2020, and it took me 3 years to get baptized, but I really enjoyed it, and that was such a life-changing moment for me, just completely submerging myself and going deeper within my faith and just committing my life to the Lord, and just that open act of I'm giving my life to the Lord and just sharing that with my community and my church family and the people I loved. So it's super important to me. And I also have my little pictures. Look at a little baby me when my hair was still long and luscious. But I still have all the pictures, me in the baptismal tank, and then me getting dunked coming out the water. I was so giddy. I was so excited. Like, just so cute. I was so thrilled and so excited. See, you can see the excitement is like unreal. I remember coming out of that baptismal tank, and I was wearing leggings and I was wearing a black shirt, and I was like, I feel like I'm being like vacuum sealed. It was absolutely insane. So the rest of the stuff in here are things that are just throughout my journey of giving my life to the Lord. So we've got a couple more things to go through. So we're going to go through these first. So you guys know how I told you that a while back ago, I went through a flood. I don't know if I told you guys, I can't remember. But a couple years ago, I went through a flood, and these papers were in my Bible that got flooded. But this was written down June 12th, 2021. And it was my testimony of when I went to a camp called Camp Jackson for the first time. And I mean, I have these papers. I mean, they are gross looking, but I have them. And just my testimony of how God changed my life and called me into ministry. And, ooh, I just had dirt flake off of that one. That's so gross. But like there's a sticky note that I wrote that said, trust in the Lord our God, for a small amount of faith will move a mountain. Like this one was even the 6th of June. Oh, I remember this one. This one was the one that I wrote before I went into camp, and I'm going to read it to you guys. And this was my prayer. I said, I want to be fully set on fire for you, God. All the pain that has been boiling for months, I want to be set free of my sins and temptations. I'm sick of telling God I'm not going to let my mind knock me down because I messed up. I want to come back a brand new woman. I want to be on fire for you, God, like I once was. I want my heart to be brand new. I want to be a strong, godly woman for my friends, family, loved ones, and strangers. I want to be totally transformed. My life shall be yours, God, not my own. I love you. See you soon. That was what I wrote before I went into camp. And then I wrote a 3-page essay of everything that God did to me, showed me. And like, even in here, like, after minutes of praying, like, I knew that I was called into ministry and to talk to you guys, and like, this is ministry. Our lives are a ministry. So just super exciting. And those are papers I will keep for the rest of my life because they're so important to me. Okay, next after that, let's see what this is. Let's see. I wrote this paper. I'm looking at these because I'm looking at these with y'all. I haven't looked at these in forever. But I wrote this, and it says, just because it seems fine for the world, it isn't fine for us. We must live for God, not for the world. If Jesus says to do something, do it. Don't leave behind someone following Christ. Be your own. Oh, don't leave. I can't read. I said, don't live behind someone following Christ. Be your own person. You can't reach your potential if you live as the person in the shadow. I just remember writing that and being like, that's so good. And it's still good. Even younger me is teaching older me things that I remember. Let's see. I don't know how that got in there. Let's see. Oh, this was from that camp that I told you guys about. This was the card. So they give out little cards of everything. And it talks about, like, how many years have you been to camp? How old are you? I was 16 in 2021. That's so weird. And now it's 2026. I asked if I'm saved. How would I rate my walk with God? What do I want God to do in my life? And then what do I got God to do for my family? So I kept that. Let's see what else I have. Oh, this is also from that same camp. So this is, tell us what God did in your life this week. Let's see. Yeah, this literally talks about, you know, how God gave me that new fire and passion for him, and that I was given a purpose and a mission, and that was ministry, and whatever that may look like. Ministry is such a broad area, but it's just so good. These two were conferences and conventions that I went to. So I was a leader at this. This was the 2023. I wrote down 2023. So I was a leader at the 2023 conference, and I got to be over a group of girls, and it was so much fun. And then this, I dropped it. This is 2024, and I got to be a leader for camp that year. I graduated high school in 23, and then I got to be the leader for 24, and it was really exciting. Got to see so many things instead of being a camp kid, being a leader and a mentor, and it was just a really good experience and a really good time. And last but not least, one thing that I've kept are these two things. So these are my most recent ones. And so I got this sticker and this card from the BCM at Austin Peay State University when the beautiful Flourish group allowed me to come and speak to them and talk to them. And it was so good. And I wrote the date on there, 09/08/25. So it was recently, and they wrote me a little thank you card, and they were just so sweet to me, and it was so kind. And we had a little picnic on the lawn, and I just got to speak to a group of girls, and it was beautiful. Like, I mean, I was talking about the Word of God, and the sun is setting, and we're all sitting on blankets, and I challenged the girls to talk to one another and about certain things, and they did, and I mean, they stayed there forever. It was like nobody wanted to get up, and it was just great. It was just such a beautiful experience, and I was so glad I got to be a part of it. And last year's word for 2025 was flourish, and I got to speak at Flourish APSU. So it was insane. But that is all in my little pink folder of things that I've just experienced with the Lord. I mean, granted, I've got notebooks where I've taken notes over the years, but I mean, these are just the main things that I've just saved and kept up with, and really want to show my children one day just how much I've grown through life and experiences that I've had and a bunch of different things like that. So I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the day. I pray that, tomorrow will be just a day where you can just ignite and just go after it, chase after him, pursue after him. And let me know if you guys also have things that you've shared along your walk with Christ. But I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.